Welcome to the first of its kind 4v4 tournament brought to you by eSports Singapore and casted by us here at 9th Legion. I am 9 Lives.
And I'm Rifle.
We're very excited to be casting this huge tournament. There's a prize pool of over $200 and a huge lineup of teams as well. Players like Mad Cats, Flash Esports, Hybrid Aftershock, even a couple from us here at 9th Legion. Some of the best players in the C region. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it should be a very good set of games. Interested to see how the top players do in team format. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Alright, so in the bottom left is the red team, we have Cuddle Bears. And in the top right as the blue team, we have Cheese Factory.
Now this will be an interesting lineup. We have two Zergs for the was it Cheese Kings? In the top corner.
Cheese Factory,
and
yeah.
Cheese Factory, that's right. And a Protoss and a Terran. So we got a pretty diverse team. Meanwhile, for the bottom left team, we have a Zerg, two Terrans, and a Protoss. Considering how 4v4s usually go, I would expect the top right hand corner to be more cheesy, or more aggressive, I guess. Seeing as they do have two Zergs and a Protoss. And as you can see in the chat, Engine Revenge is teammates a rush.
Well, I mean, generally in 4v4, Zerg's lack of ability to wall off kind of tilts them a little more favoured to being aggressive in the early game to kind of, you know, as I say, a good defense is a good offense. So by putting that aggression on and throwing off the economy, they can actually allow themselves to get an early base and macro up without worrying too much about counterattacks.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see how both teams decide to play it out. Obviously we know the top right team is rushing. God damn it, I forgot the name. The bottom left team. Cheese Kings?
Cuddle Bears.
Cuddle Bears, okay.
Cheese Kings, you're coming up with a whole list of them.
I don't remember. Anyway, okay, Cuddle Bears. I don't know. They may be too friendly to actually participate in this tournament.
We see Cheese Factory, their Protoss Ripe are actually doing a lot of early scouting there, getting all the details he needs to get, making sure there's nothing too early or cheesy coming. It's just really rough when you get like 2 Zergs, 6 pooling or something like that. In a 4v4 that can just end the game way too prematurely. So
Gunter getting in the double barracks wall over here, making sure the Pro doesn't get to the other side of the map.
Yeah, both players, all players of Cuddle Bears have really decided to wall up early on in this game, it seems.
I haven't even really said anything about it. It's kind of like a mutual agreement.
Yeah. That might have been their game plan going into it. They might have decided, you know, we know the enemy team, we know OGS and a couple of their players, and we might have a better chance if we just wall up and play safe. Some interesting proxy pylon play there from Riper, a bit of mana, but good micro nonetheless, although maybe not too effective on the macro side.
I don't... maybe he's like trying to block mining, but or trying to make someone panic, not too sure. Someone's pinging, okay. Meanwhile, we're going to have Engine Revenge over here putting down his expansion, although I doubt he's probably going to be making drones for that. It's probably just for a macro hatch.
Well, he's doing a great job of, while he expands, also taking map control and sending out his links across the map, really making sure that, yeah, likewise there aren't any quick rushes or anything like that. By keeping map control, he can also make sure there aren't any warp prisms, medevac harass, stuff like that. It really keeps the opposing team on a back pedal. Looks like we're going to see Cuddle Bears try and take an early overlord here.
Ooh, nah, Engine Revenge things are going to keep it up. We do have the Roach Farm completed for Dota King, and he is going to be beginning the Roach production. Meanwhile, Gunter is hunkered down, trapping in his teammate K-Launch, who also has his Roach Farm on his own, starting 6 Roaches on himself. Revenge is poking around here with his links. I don't think he's going to achieve much with those, considering the effective wall-off from both sides. But see, this is the problem now. If all 4 players from the right-hand side, they decide to attack 2 of the players on the bottom side of the map, it's going to be hard for the defending team to hold because it can't be like 4 players versus 4 players. It's going to be 4v2. Yeah, so we're going to have to see how this goes. Marines rattling across the map. We have more links streaming down. Proxy pylons going down, along with the roaches as well. Dota King ready to 1A. We're gonna have to see how this goes.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big offensive push here, man. I'm not sure whether or not they'll be able to hold it. There is only a single cannon and a single bunker. However, those force fields will be able to split that army in half and really look up defending. Unless, of course, they're caught outside like that. That's really not any help for Team Cuddle Bears at all.
Force field.
Best positioning. Force field going down there. The other two players there, Goons are an arcade launch trying to help out. But hopefully they don't overextend and get their entire armies caught up. Some really nice force fields going down as well, trapping the army in, and it looks like we're going to see a lot of those roaches go down.
Yeah, they kind of came out to try and defend their fellow Care Bears and just kind of got bitten in the ass by that attack. But Siege Point has completed for Metal Wolf, so Revenge's Link's probably not going to achieve much anymore. There are force fields as well available from Shaunius. Thanks, Revenge. Didn't see that. And yeah, but they do have their opponents contained, so that is a good thing. They can expand behind this, which is what they're doing. All players is pumping out some drones, working their SCVs, and yeah, this pretty much puts the what was that name again? Cheese Kings?
Cheese Factory.
Cheese Factory, same thing. In a pretty advantageous situation.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And I mean, in a 4v4, you can get a slight economy lead and then manage to pull off something cheesy to get back. So we may see with Cuddle Bears in their current kind of turtley state, all stuck on one base at the moment, although we are seeing command centers being thrown up. We may see some cheese come around the back, some more prisms, or like Engen has just signaled DTs.
Yeah, Revenge very wary of the
but I mean,
comeback,
when we have
comeback kings.
Yeah, when we have every player taking a base, I'm not sure whether Cheese will be even able to tip the balance here. They may need to just take a push early on and try and do as much damage as they can.
Meanwhile, we have some War Prism harass trying to go down from Riper in green space, winter space. It is fended off, seeing as a ton of Marines ready and waiting. Double Lipe going down for Gunter. Aspire almost about to complete for our Orange Zone player, which is kind of strange considering he has no gas. Like, he can afford not even 1 meter. Don't understand the decision behind that. Yeah, Colossus coming out for our purple Protoss. And on the other side of the map, we have Dota King and Dota Queen matchup going up, putting down swords. Yep.
Nice cancel going down there for Cheese Factory, forcing down another Nexus. They're now back down to only 3 expansions currently for Cuddle Bears. While Cheese Factory are sitting pretty on 5 at the moment, so huge lead.
Yeah, that contained from the early game working out very well.
Definitely.
It's going to take quite the comeback.
Yeah, that's when really safe decisions like walling off early game can backfire badly, as we've seen here. So I mean, while I understand that it's a best of 3 and they wanted to take a game, that may have been their worst enemy.
K-Launch is grabbing in an infestation pit. He hasn't made use of his Spire at all. It's kind of confusing. Infestors are more of like the comeback unit, seeing as they are incredibly cost and efficient. Efficient. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to look too much into that. Again, the Cheese Factory team has pushed halfway across the map. They have most of the control, and Cuddle Bears are feeling the heat. Oh, they are putting back on some pressure with the Sport Prism in Dota King's base. Just 2 Zealots, though.
That Queen has very low health right now, only on 24 HP. Over a swarm of Zerglings and tank will come in.
Dota Queen saves her king. Killing that War Prism. Just have a massive siege tank to Tio as he tries to expand. Unfortunately, he got stolen by Shaunius. What's that command center going? What are you doing? Metal Wolf, scaring me. Okay, so it's a scout command center for now. So players just positioning around. Not too much going on right now.
It looks like Cuddle Bears are trying to take a few risky expansions here. However, there is a huge army right now for Cheese Factory kind of occupying the build top area as Cuddle Bears are about to just have a poke and see right there. I'm not sure if expanding right now is the best option for them. Maybe they should be macroing up and trying to do some kind of push when Cheese Factory aren't ready for it, because even if they do manage to get these expansions up, they're still going to have quite they're still going to be quite behind.
Yeah, there's the Cheese Factory is always going to have this window because, once again, coming back to that early contain, the Cuddle pairs were just set so behind, and now the Cheese Factory seems to be pressing on their advantage. They are playing it defender, no need to like carelessly rush into skill content. Oh, meters.
A couple of medevac snipes going down there for Cheese Factory. Awesome job, but they are in fact chased off by a ton of Marines.
Yeah, Revenge paying attention to his meters. It's good to see. It always hurts to see meters. It always hurts to see meters fly over the wall of Marines.
Oh, there's that overload from the start of the game, and it looks like Metal Wolf really wants it. Down he goes.
Teal getting his revenge.
There he goes. Man.
He
will 0 to 1432.
Bravest Marines ever. Bravest Marines ever, because Dota King's roaches are coming in. Oh, now they're going to clean up my meters. That'd be embarrassing. Oh, they're focusing the rocks. They're not even shooting.
And Wolf isn't paying too much attention here, unfortunately. No. Fairly large. At the same time, we have a bit of a scuffle going on. A few roaches going down from some nice force fields, thanks to Shaunius. Or Senius.
I don't even know. I would assume it's Shawnee. Yes.
He needs like little umlauts over some of the vowels or something, so we know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, there really isn't much to say, but both teams are just kind of sitting around, not really wanting to take engagement. Revenge is doing his best to try and poke at little holes in the defense of the Cuddle Bears, but yeah, there's only so much he can do.
A few snipes for sentries and stuff like that going down. Engine Revenge has been playing terrifically through this entire game, doing a great job of macro, getting early bases, putting on tons of pressure with links and now mutas as well. And a simulator sniper now for roads going down further. Looks like Gunter's going to try and shut down a base here for Engine Revenge, make him pay for that harass.
Oh, it's a risky move, sacrificing them to your army. I mean, I really reckon the Cheese Factory could just move in and crush the Cuddle Bears. But they, Infestors are out, they do have Colossus. There's a ton of siege tanks from Metal Wolf sitting on this high ground. But still, all they have to do is circumvent, go around the other side, especially with Gunter's army out of position. But yeah, he is coming back, so...
Unfortunately, Cuddle Bears have lost another base here. It's really looking like they're in a bad position at the moment. I don't think they could afford to lose that. They're not really in a position where they can now expand anywhere without Cheese Factory easily spotting it either, so they've kind of got them up against the
Oh, Gunter moving into the middle as Cheese Factory moves in.
Of course, when you back someone up against the wall, they fight back, and here they are. Cuddle Bears are doing a ton of damage right now. Awesome Fungus going down on these Vikings as well. Unfortunately, there is just way too large an army supply size here.
Yeah, Gunter's actually managed to take the middle of the map, taking out 4 Infestors with this giant fireball. Yeah, it's a bit of a micro mistake for Dota King, I believe, to own those Infestors. Yeah, he's just gonna run right in here and most likely kill the space of Riper. This puts Cheese Factory in a bit of a pickle. I believe they will clean it up.
It's kind of hard to tell. The Eaton's lost tab is looking
pretty... Those Colossus is roasting every single last one of Eaton's Marines. And that is the end of that.
And Gunter is doing a massive attack here. Huge team in right now, taking out the Nexus is real effective, but it's unfortunately going to pay for it by losing all of this army.
Colossus.
So much damage. Don't think that Thermal Lance is available right now, but it's not really going to matter. That's pretty much all of Gunter's army supply, so for the moment, Cuddle Bears are going to be fighting with an army down should Cheese Factory decide to put the hammer on.
Yeah, the Cuddle Bears already in a bit of predicament now, in a massive pickle. Gunter's macro, however, prevailing a bit for him. He still has quite a sizable amount of Marines. However, Broodlords are on the way for revenge. And with all this support, there's probably nowhere they're going to be touched. And
That's a lot of
We also have Dota King with a little roach skirmish over here, but good eye from Gunter, seeing all the roaches trying to burrow in there. Wow, is it just better?
Awesome job seeing that burrow long before it comes down. But like you said, 9 Broodlords on the way, man. I don't think it's going to matter much. That base is really exposed there for K-Launch, so Gunter's doing an awesome job of keeping his teammate alive while he macros up, but he's going to need to get something, and I mean, with a few Infestors and a few Corruptors, it's not really going to do much against the massive composition they're facing. And the GG Lords are on the way. Looks like we're going to see a few shots go down on those Marines right now.
Oh, I don't know about this from Revenge. There's like 6 Infestors just waiting here for K-Launch. He's not willing to take the chance though. So Revenge's little risky poke did pay off. Why isn't he using his mutas to clean up these Corruptors? That's what I want to know. Come on, there you go. That's using the old noggin. Oh, K-Launch has spawned like 6 more Corruptors though, so... is Revenge gonna get fungled? Ooh, a whiff fungal from Dota King. I don't know, it's like throwing 3 sins right now. It's not really gonna matter how they take this. I reckon they've already had the economic advantage for way too long. They've won a few quite crucial engagements.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gunter is getting some nice splits here. He's doing some decent micro, but without all 4 players playing at their absolute peak macro here. A ton of Corruptors popping in to try and focus down those Colossus, but with the Thermal Lance already have been going for so long, it looks like the allies are pretty much already moving. Yeah, and definitely those mutas kept cleaning up a lot of those Corruptors now. It doesn't look like K-Launch is going to be able to do anything to save that 4th base, and with Care Bears losing another base at the moment, I don't think they're really going to be able to do anything else to hold on. They're trying as hard as they can to constantly reinforce with streaming units in, but with them being broken up like this, it's going to be less than a challenge for Cheese Factory to just clean them up as they walk in.
Yeah, and behind this, as you can see in the mini-map, they have taken the entire top side of the map. Also, Dota King has secured himself an extension at the bottom. Yeah, as the Brute Lords move in, we have Dota King neuroparasiting some Corruptors to help out the cause. And if you look around, you can see Revenge is sending some drones to build some mana hatches. Yeah, it's pretty much over for the Cuddle Bears.
Yeah, not really in a good position right now, unless they can pull out some magic drops or something. But in fact, there is the GG. Awesome play by Cheese Factory, keeping that pressure on from early game.